truth lies beyond the final heartbeat. Does the soul simply vanish? Or does it pass through a realm few dare to imagine? Today, we journey into one of the oldest spiritual texts on earth, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. A mysterious guide carved into tomb walls and papyrus scrolls, designed to shepherd the soul through the veils of death into eternal life. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, known to its original authors as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, was not a single book, but a series of sacred spells and incantations placed in tombs, intended to help the departed navigate the afterlife. Created by pre-scribes of Kemet, ancient Egypt, these writings reflected a civilization obsessed not with death, but with what came after. To them, the soul's true journey began after life ended. The ancient Egyptians believed that the universe was governed by a sacred force called Ma'at, truth, balance, and cosmic order itself. It wasn't just a concept, it was the very heartbeat of the cosmos. And in their eyes, to pass peacefully into the next life, your heart had to be in perfect alignment with Ma'at. If it wasn't, if your heart was heavy with falsehood or chaos, you couldn't move on. Only the pure, those who lived in truth, could enter the next realm untouched by disorder. As the soul leaves the physical body, it descends into the Duat, the shadowy Egyptian underworld. This was not a place of punishment like the Christian hell, but a realm of testing, purification, and self-confrontation. Here, the soul encounters gods, guardians, and monsters, each one a reflection of its inner state. The soul must traverse 12 gates, each corresponding to an hour of the night and an aspect of self. Only with the correct spells, names, and recognition of truth could it pass unscathed. These gates were metaphysical checkpoints, symbolizing how the soul must face and transcend aspects of ego, fear, and attachment. At the heart of the journey lies the most iconic trial, the weighing of the heart. Here, the soul stands before Osiris, god of the dead, and 42 divine judges. Anubis, the jackal-headed god, places the heart of the deceased on one side of a golden scale, and a feather, the symbol of Ma'at, on the other. If the heart is heavier, weighed down by lies, betrayal, or injustice, the soul is devoured by the monstrous goddess Ammit, part lion, part crocodile, part hippopotamus. A second death, final, irredeemable. But if the heart is light, free from guilt, aligned with truth, the soul is declared Makeru, true of voice, and granted safe passage. This moment echoes in many traditions. It is the ultimate self-reckoning. The question is simple, but piercing. Did you live in harmony with truth? For those who pass the trial, a new realm awaits. Aru, or the Field of Reeds, a paradise mirroring the Nile's fertile banks, filled with light, abundance, and reunion. But Aru is not merely a reward. It is the reflection of the soul's alignment. You reap what you sow. The soul continues its existence, not as an escape, but as a completion. The Field of Reeds is a state of wholeness. In this new life, the soul is not bound by time. It moves with the gods, becomes one with the stars, and continues its journey among the constellations. In essence, the Egyptian afterlife is not about escape, but about remembering who you are, what you've done, and how closely you've lived, in tune with the divine order. As we peer into the scrolls of the ancients, we begin to notice they were not just speaking of the afterlife, but of the inner life. The Duat, with its winding passages and monstrous gatekeepers, mirrors the unconscious mind. It is the shadow realm Carl Jung spoke of, a place where what is repressed becomes mythic, and what is denied takes form. The weighing of the heart is not unlike the psychological process of integration. We face our inner truths, we strip away the illusions of ego, and we ask, what have I done with my time on earth? Each gate of the underworld, each deity, each vision, is a reflection of Psyche, the wrathful gods, our rage, the devouring beasts, our guilt, the peaceful fields, our capacity for love, the journey through death, then becomes a metaphor for the path of self-realization, a descent into darkness, not to be punished, but to emerge whole. Until you make the unconscious conscious, Jung said, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Perhaps the Egyptians knew this all along, that fate isn't something we wait for, it's something we remember. The Book of the Dead did not remain sealed in stone. Its essence, its truths, flowed into the great rivers of world philosophy. In the Tibetan Book of the Dead, we find similar passages through bardos and illusions. In Dante's Divine Comedy, we see a soul guided through trials, judgments, and radiant fields. Even in Hermeticism, born in Hellenistic Egypt, we hear echoes of Ma'at, cosmic order, and the divine nature of mind. Some scholars say early Greek philosophers like Pythagoras and Plato were deeply influenced by Egyptian priesthoods. They journeyed to commit, not to conquer, but to remember. The idea that the soul is eternal, that judgment follows life, that our consciousness is capable of transcendence. These ideas were not isolated, they were inherited, and perhaps we are still remembering. So what can we learn from these ancient scrolls? Perhaps that death, it is not an end, but a mirror. And in that mirror, we meet ourselves, unfiltered, unmasked, unafraid. The Egyptians believed that to prepare for death was to prepare for truth. And in preparing for truth, we learn how to truly live. As one ancient inscription reads, "True is the voice of he whose heart is light." So ask yourself, what weighs on your heart? What would your soul face in the Duat? If this journey stirred something within you, share this video with a fellow seeker. Comment below. What do you believe happens after death? And subscribe to join us on the path of rediscovering ancient truths for the modern soul. If you'd like to go deeper, stay with us. A guided reflection begins now. So now travel. Take a breath. Close your eyes if you feel safe. Imagine yourself at the edge of the Duat. Behind you, the world of form. Before you, the river of stars. You carry nothing but your heart. No title, no wealth, no mask. You walk through the first gate. It does not ask your name, it asks your truth. You are met with visions, not of others, but of yourself. Moments you loved, moments you fled, moments that still echo in the chambers of your soul. And then you come to the scales. Your heart is placed on one side, a single feather on the other. Breathe. What weighs your heart down? What lightens it? Now gently return to this moment, to this breath. Perhaps this was not just a glimpse into death, but a reminder that your soul is already walking, that every choice is a gate, and every day a step. If this reflection stirred something within you, let us know in the comments. What would your soul carry through the underworld? And if you are ready to journey deeper into the mysteries of the unseen, subscribe to Hidden Knowledge Quest. Together, we awaken what the ancients never meant for us to forget. Until next time, walk in truth and let your heart be your guide.